Hey, what's going on, guys? Ryan DePaul here. So in this video, well, let's start with this video will be a little bit different from my normal reviews if you are used to my channel. So this is actually going to be my interaction that I had with a dealership, a car dealership. The reason why I'm doing this is because I recently purchased a car, and it was for business and work. I needed a new car. My old car was a Dodge Avenger. Went through the years, is 2010. I think 2012, I can't remember, but it was time to get a new car. We put a lot of miles on it. It was time. So thought, hey, we have a Jeep. We got a Jeep Grand Cherokee about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and we loved it. So decided, let's do another Jeep. So was looking, shopping around for Jeeps, and this is not a bad review on or review on Jeeps in general. I'll let you know that right now. I ended up getting a Jeep, Jeep Gladiator truck. It's diesel, and it's actually a very nice car. I like it a lot. Drives good. It's a good car, a good vehicle, and I like it. So this is not the official video for that review, but so this is not. I'm just basically saying this is not a rag or a review on Jeep. This is going to be a review on the dealership that I actually went and got the Jeep from and had my interactions with and dealings with. So a little backstory, like I said, we had got a Jeep before for my wife and loved it. Went to the same dealership. It's in Gilroy. So this will be on the Gilroy, what's called Gilroy. I'll pull it up for you guys so you can see it too. The website, Gilroy Chrysler Dodge and Jeep and Ram dealership in Gilroy, California. So with that said, I'm going to give you guys a little backstory. So I'm going to pull up something because our interaction that we had with them was night and day. We had an interaction with them 3 or 4 years ago. I'll get the date exactly for you. 1 second, I'll pull it up. Give me 1 second. All right, so like I said, I'll pull up everything for you. Here you go. This is their website. I'm not promoting them at all. I'm not blocking out anything because it's all public information that you can get with a simple Google. So this is the name of the dealership, Gilroy Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Now, you know, for purchasing a car can be a very memorable event or a very stressful and terrifying event. And this is our second one that we purchased from here. So my question, you may be wondering, or your question may be, how are you doing a review that went from like this? I will show you what my our initial our initial encounter was. This in 2018, July of 25th. Shout out to John V at South County Chrysler. That was the same one. It was called. There was a different name. So I'll get to that 1 second. The most hands-on and best integrity that you can get from a car salesperson. I recommend if you are Jeep shopping, you make the drive to Gilroy, California, if you can. We did, and we live in Manteca, California. Amazing deals and great selection. So that was in 2018. As you can see, about the Grand Cherokee, nice car, had 3 miles on it. Love it. Still have it and love it. Now, you guys can probably see this right here. Had to go back to the Gilroy. Had to go back to Gilroy to the Jeep dealership one last time, ever. But that's a story for a YouTube video review coming soon. And here we are. Took the kids to Gilroy Gardens while we wait for that. But so you may be asking yourself how we get from this in 2018, best experience I ever had, to this video right here. Well, I'm going to explain it to you right now. And here's the thing. It's sad because you see on my Facebook post what it was is a different name. They had a different name, but it's called Gilroy Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. But they South, as you saw, it's called South, wherever it was. So the reason for that is because they had new ownership. There's older ownership that did different things differently, I guess, and that's fine. But this new ownership, I'm going to blame the ownership of the dealership, because if you hire somebody to work for you, they go off of how you want them to do what you want them to do. So we're gonna go into this one from the gate. So I actually went and got pre-approved through my bank. It wasn't a bad experience. It was actually the pre-approval for auto loan was great, because I want to put it in my business name and everything like that. Like I said, it's for business. So did that with that process. The bank, I'm not going to name the bank. It's a big bank that starts with B. I'll leave it at that. And went through the process and got pre-approved. It was cool. I was like, okay, great. Everybody said get pre-approved through your bank, makes it easier. And reason why, because we didn't want so many hits on our credit. Now, with that, went and did some, what was it? We went to do some test drives and everything like that to find out what we want. Went there early and found what we wanted, because the bank said, hey, you need to find out what you want first to get pre-approved. So we did all that. Went and saw what we wanted. It was between a Jeep Gladiator or a Wrangler, Jeep Wrangler. And I was like, okay, cool. So decided to go with the Gladiator, because I test drive both of them. Limited supplies because of the whole everything that's going on, supply chain with the Jeep. They couldn't pump them out enough, so it had limited supply. So I found one that I wanted. I said, okay, cool, we're gonna get this one. Got the information that I wanted, that the bank needed. They got the VIN number, all the information for the Jeep Gladiator that we had chose. Now it cost it was like $65,000. And here's the thing, it wasn't the price that was the issue. So found it, drove it, said, oh, okay, this is nice. Yes, let's get this one. Had to come back, I had to get the bank the information. So gave the bank all the information. Now, of course, the dealership wanted to see if we can go finance them. I said, no, we already got everything taken care of with the finance. We went and took care of that, and through our banks, and that was it. We don't need you guys to actually finance anything for us. So they came on pushing the issue. Hey, I think we can get you a better interest rate. I was like, hey, we're good. We have everything. We've been approved for a certain amount. We have everything we need. Just go with the process. Now, granted, even that they switched owners, they still had my wife's information in the system. So they didn't wipe the system. They just switched owners. Somebody bought them out. They had the same stuff. They kept on trying to put my wife on the car, or I should say, because we wanted her on the car, but they said, oh, we can't do that because of the bank. So, okay, that's fine. But they kept on using my wife's information for for my information for this new purchase. I say, no, that's not it. I say, we're not running our credit. Do not run our credit. Stop. I say, oh, we need to put your information here for the application. I say, okay, whatever. Here we go. Put mine in there, because just in case, if y'all mess up and run my stuff, I'm gonna be upset, but it's not gonna hit my wife either. So going with that, we did that. I don't know why we need the application. It was just basically a car purchase, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so fast forward a little bit, went back home and give the bank the information. I had to go on a business trip. They said, hey, once we got everything done with the bank approved everything. Cool, awesome. They said, oh, we already sold that car. But we have one coming in with like a couple of weeks. That basically the same type of thing. Diesel, Gladiator, Jeep Gladiator, diesel, everything like that. I said exactly the same. I said exactly the same, right? Like, yes, exactly the same. Cool. Now, here's the thing. When you say exactly the same for a car, you expect everything that you saw in that car exactly the same. The one I had, the test drove, wasn't as loud inside of it, so I couldn't figure out why it was different. But it had the bed had a lining on it. It felt a little bit more roomier, but I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's just me. But the one I got wasn't the same, so I had to put $1,000 deposit on it so for them to hold it, because I was out of town on business. I didn't want them to sell it, because I'm like, hey, I want the car. I'm out of town on business. I'll be back in a week. Okay, great. So went through that whole process, and they took the $1,000 deposit. cool. So now they're holding it for me. Get there, finally get everything situated with the what is it, the banks and everything like that. Go get the car. Now, when I went down there to get it the first time, it's me and my wife. Now, granted, it is a 2-hour drive from where I live. Okay, Manteca to Gilroy is a 2-hour drive, just to there. Then, hopefully, you don't have traffic. With traffic going back, another 2 hours. Could be 2.5. So, I had to do that. First time to go check out the cars I want, see to test drive and see if they have what I had, and get all the information. Second time, they called me to say, okay, it's ready. Come on down and get it. It was a holiday, Memorial Day. It was Memorial Day. They said, oh yeah, you can come get it because we've been talking with the bank already. Everything's good. So come on, get it. It's yours. And we'll just hold it like that. If anything happens, we'll contact you that we need more information from you or not, but it's yours. You sure? The bank, we're waiting on the bank to approve everything so you send the check and bring the check down and everything. And no, it's yours. Okay, cool. Go down there. My wife was off that day, so we both was able to take a car down there and not me have to get an Uber or anything like that. Take a car down there, pick up the car, and I have my daughter with me too. So I'm like, all right, cool. So make a whole family gathering, go down there, eat some dinner or something like that, come back to a new car. So do that, go down there. Once again, try to pick the car up. They're trying to, oh, well, we can go ahead and, you sure you want us to finance? No, we don't want you to finance. Okay, cool. Go to the finance department. Now, this is what really bugged me, okay? And I had my daughter and my wife there. I would have walked away from the whole deal off of this one thing. So when signing the contracts, and this is key, it didn't have a sticker on the car. The new one that came in, that's mine, that I paid the deposit on. Didn't have a sticker like the other one that has all the broken down stuff. So that's key for this from one of those parts. And when signing the contract, I'm looking over everything, and they say, okay, cool, this is what's going to be. Came out to like almost 75. I'm like, why? Like, I don't want these optional things. I had told the finance guy, their finance guy, I said, hey, I don't want these optional things. It was the GPS, anti-theft, and the system, and what else? It's called something about Silajet or something like that. Something to keep your car, the paint and everything clean or something like that. So I don't want that. It comes up to like $5,000 for those three things. They're optional. It says on the contract, optional. And I'm like, I don't want that. Told him on the phone. Don't want that. Take it off. Bring it. It's $5,000 left. I don't need it. This is for work anyway. He said, okay. So when we're down there, contract, they're pushing the issue. Oh yeah, well, this is how we sell them. You have to, you kind of, you have to take these. This is how we sell them. I was like, wait. Now in bold letters, I should have pulled it up here, but in bold letters, it stated that these items are optional. The ones I just the GPS, anti-GPS thing, GPS and anti-theft, and the paint code protectant is optional and will not affect the sale of this vehicle if you choose not to take it. Bold black letters. They told me, the finance person right there, I'm not gonna name his name, told me, well, this is how we sell it. So it's already included in the price of everything. I said, no, it's not. It says that it's optional. And so at this point, I'm getting very upset. And I'm trying to keep my voice down, keep a composure, because I have my 5-year-old daughter and my wife here. My wife's like, just go, just take it. That's fine. I'm like, no, this is contract fraud. And I told them, I was like, I'm going to take, I'll do I'll do it, but this is contract fraud. And the fact that you saying that you sell this with this is how we sell the cars is contract fraud. And I told them that. They called to ask for a review. through Google, like, because they send a follow-up. I told them the same thing. It's like, hey, that pisses me off that you guys said that this is how you sell it. We have to sell it like this because this is how we sell it at this dealership. That's contract fraud, because the contract states that no matter what, it will not affect the sale of the car, of this vehicle. So that right there was a big integrity thing. I was like, no, this is not cool. I was irritated. I already had to go back and forth. So in that time, it was the going there 2 hours, going back 4 hours, going there again 2 hours to pick the car up, and staying there waiting for them to finish all the paperwork, everything that you would think they have everything done already. They didn't. When they called me, said, "Oh yeah, come on down." So that's another 2-3 hours we have to wait. Then another 2 hours. So what we at? 2, 4, 6, 8, and then add another 3. So we're about like almost 10 to 12 hours that I've spent in Gilroy picking this car up. So when I'm already pre-approved and everything's is taken care of on the financial end. So a little frustrating, a little upset. Come to find out, the thing that I didn't want, that was optional, I had to come back because they said I had to come back to this dealership so they can code it. I had to schedule an appointment for them to do it. So that's another, and it's an all-day process. It's an all-day process. So basically I have to leave my car there all day and go figure out something to do. They'll give me a loaner. Thank God they did. They did. I'll give them that. Almost didn't, but they did. They give me a loaner. So me and my family made a whole day of it. And went to Gilroy Gardens, had breakfast, went to Gilroy Gardens, and came back. That process went fine. But they did have speckles of stuff wherever they were spraying my car. They had speckles of stuff on my rearview mirror. I'm like, what the heck? So at this point, I was ready. Like, I'm washing my hands of you guys. I'm done with you guys. So on top of that, I got to take pictures because I called Jeep and told them corporate. I was like, hey, what's going on with this? I said, this is my experience with this. I love the car, but that dealership in Gilroy is horrible. The worst experience I ever had. Went from the best to the worst experience I ever had. I don't know how that is possible, but yes, it happened. So very frustrated. I do not recommend going to Jeep, the Gilroy, California, the Jeep dealership. Again, was called Gilroy Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership because of the new ownership. Now the salespeople was actually okay. I was fine with the salesman. Salesman cool. Financial needs some new training. Whatever they're teaching him to push, that's not cool because it's a matter of time before they get sued for credit fraud. I mean, not credit fraud. Sorry, contract fraud. Telling somebody that this is how they sell it, and it's not. And on the contract in bold black letters it says it won't affect the sale of this vehicle no matter what, if you take it or not. So integrity right there is gone out the window. Second thing is, like, remember I said that the sticker is key? They didn't have a sticker on there, so I couldn't see the itemized stuff. I asked for it. He called somebody, the finance guy that I'm doing the contract with, called somebody and said, hey, I need this, can you print up a sticker for me? So got this customer for the Jeep Gladiator that's wants the breakdown price. They got a damn I wish it was over. I basically looked like a sticker that you would print like a shipping label on, and scribble some with some markers on it, and brought it to me. I'm like, what is this? Scribble some numbers on it, and had me sign it. I'm like, I'm done. So at this point, my daughter's getting hungry and fussy. My wife's like, let's just go. I'm like, let's finish this up so we can just go. I'm pissed. Get the car, go. Car's loud as hell because apparently you need for this car it's called sound deafening kit. The one I actually drove had a sound deafening kit and pissed me off. I'm going to show you that. The car that it was so frustrating. So after this, I had to go, after my dealings with them, I'm going to show you what the car was supposed to have. Because I went to a different dealership and asked them something. Because I had to go to get an oil change for my wife's car. So here we go. I'm going to show you these pictures. All right, so you remember how I said it had lining in it and had the bed was lined already and stuff like that? I went to this other dealership to get this oil change, and it was like this. The car that I drove was literally like this already. I'm like, okay, that's crazy, but it is what it is. This is a Jeep Gladiator, 2022. You see these right here? I know the glare is messing with you. That's my head right there, but you see this? Those black things? Those are called sound deafening kits. That you put inside your Gladiator because it's convertible. So yes, it gets a little louder, but this helps that sound not happen. This would be what the Jeep is looking. This has a whole kit, lift kit, and has a bar. Mine does not have that. And this right here is the base price. The base price. Only thing that's different from this one right here and mine is that mine is a diesel, and this is not. Now with everything, the total price, $60,000. Still cheaper than the one I paid, and with more stuff on it. Yeah. So I want to show you guys that, because that's the difference of what I got and what I should have got. All right, so if you're still here, thank you. I know that it was a little back and forth and everything, but I just wanted, the reason why I'm doing this, I'm not doing it to cause any issues to anybody. I'm doing it so other people can not experience this, not have to go through these issues. So be careful when you go. If you decide to go there, be careful, please. Stand your ground. Make sure that you know what you're doing or what you're getting yourself into. But I would not recommend going to the Jeep dealership in Gilroy because of that. Something like, I know salesman, it gets that sleazy name, the used car salesman thing, but you don't have to be that way. You can be upfront, honest, and have integrity as a dealership or a salesman when you're doing stuff. And it's not even the salespeople that I had the issue with. It was the finance and just how they pushed everything. That was very frustrating. And yeah. So they knew they messed up because they was calling me nonstop to get that review, and I didn't realize that once the actual the review email that sent you has a time limit. So once that time limit went up, it was over. They knew I was frustrated already. They was just hoping that I would get a good review because they kept on asking, "Hey, if you get a chance, please make sure that you it'll help us a lot if you get to put that review on there, make a good review, please." I mean, they asked us like 10 times to ask me seven times to do a review, to do that review, do the email. Didn't do it, and when I went to go do it, because I wanted to wait until I got that car coating, the paint coating done, and then I get my full review. It was expired, so I ended up calling corporate, told them, "Hey," Jeep corporate said, "Hey, this is what's going on." Talk to their customer service. They said, "Oh, wow, okay." And like I said, I told them I love the Jeep. It's the dealership. So at all costs, avoid them if you can. Hopefully hopefully this will not happen to you. I hope you have a good experience if you do decide to go there. But yeah, guys. I don't do reviews like this negatively unless it really affected me. And it really affected me. So usually I'll give somebody a buy. Like, okay, that's fine. I get it. I've been in customer service before. I've been in retail. I understand. But this was, no, you don't just blatantly lie to people to get what you want. So come on saying, "Oh, well, we don't get paid on commission." But no, you get paid something though. You get kickbacks. So I'm not stupid. But whatever. So hopefully this review gave you some value. Hopefully you understand what I went through. Hopefully you will never have to go through this one. But yes, I will never be shopping back at Gilroy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram again. And if you do, great, more power to you. But hopefully this review will help you out. Go somewhere else, take your business somewhere else, to somewhere that has integrity, that is honest with you, and that won't try to upsell your contract with optional stuff to and just blatantly lie to you. So with that, guys, hope you guys have a good one. Take care, be safe, and be blessed.